Hi, my name is Francis, and I just want to make a quick little video about ways that I've been able to manage my mental health, especially specifically talking about depression and anxiety. This video, if it comes on your page, it comes on your page. It's just going to be a quick little video, something that if you just want to listen to a stranger talk about it, something you can relate, then yeah, I just thought I'd come on here and just talk about it. Been something on my mind, and thought that even if it reaches one person and they can somewhat relate, I thought that was pretty valuable. So I'm sure if you clicked on this video, you probably somewhat have felt the same way, have heard the same things, that if you are always anxious and you're going through any type of depression or sadness, that feel like a choking feeling. Your clothes don't quite fit you right, and you just always feel like you can't really breathe. And there's not really, I don't think there's even a set perfect term for what depression is. I think it's just something that's really strong that people go through, and that it's hard to put into words. And I'm struggling to make this video right now because I'm not really even sure what to say, but the ways that I've been able to manage it, because I don't think that you can ever truly beat it. That's not meant to sound as sad. I just think that depression and anxiety has to exist in this world so that we understand when something is wrong, and that we understand the opposite of that, and we truly value our happiness, our joy, and moments when we aren't anxious and we're fully relaxed. So I think that it has to coexist with its opposite, so that you just understand the true value of how good things are in this world. And that's one way that I've been able to manage it, and it's just understanding that it has to be there. That doesn't mean that you should always stay like this. It just means that depression, people go through it. You might feel like it all the time, but you just have to know that it's not the only feeling there. And I think that's very comforting. Second thing is just also understanding the fact that it's a signal to your brain that something is just not right. And you sit there for a bit and you're like, oh, what's going on? Like, why am I feeling like this? And it might be family issues, relationship issues, personal issues, and everybody has something going on in their life. But something that you can train your brain to do, and at least try. Keep in mind, I'm not a doctor, I'm not anyone like that. I'm just a random stranger going through something that everybody else does, and that hopefully I can relate to at least one person out there. It's just that when you go through it, just see it, try and see it as an opportunity to grow. That, okay, something's wrong, I gotta fix something. And people go to the gym, people do this and that, work on their diet, their sleep, and slowly, day by day, you just realize that it's easier to overcome. And it's just always going to be sitting there, that's why I say manage. I think the words I choose to use in this word are very important. It's not necessarily beat depression, it's just manage it. Just like how you manage all of your other emotions, and they come into play depending on what you're doing in your life. So the first two things really is just understanding that it has to be there. Don't always try and fight it, because something that I learned from my school therapist was that if you just keep trying to fight depression and anxiety, you're just gonna wear yourself out, because it's not something that you can just tell to leave, and it's not something that you can just eliminate from this world, because it's there. And so when you're trying your best to just destroy something that is supposed to be here, it's like you're just wearing and tearing yourself down, and then it just overcomes you again, and you're even worse than you were before. You keep going down the steps, going down to the bottom of the barrel, and climbing back up gets more and more exhausting, and unfortunately that's what leads to even worse things that I don't want to speak about, but maybe you might already know what I'm talking about. So just understand that it has to be there, and it's something that you have to manage and that you can manage. And then secondly, it's just that it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to grow. You see bad things going on in the world, you say you want to make a change, you see something bad going on in yourself, try and make a change. This is all easier said than done because everyone's situations are different. And so that doesn't mean that you just go to the gym one night and everything's suddenly fixed. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's just understanding that there is a plan set out for you, and that take on that opportunity, take one step at a time, and sooner or later 3 months go by and you're, even if you're 1% better than you were 3 months ago, that's still improvement. And that kind of leads me into my next point, which is that improvement is improvement and progress is progress. That be proud of yourself. Try and be proud of yourself. Try and be proud of your accomplishments. I understand that when people are depressed, things like making your bed is tough. That's why people's rooms get so messy, and they don't want to eat, and just ends up getting worse and worse. So even when you just eat a small meal, even when you just do something, be proud of yourself, and really try. And I don't have any certain like little things of how to just randomly shoot up in your mood to always be better, but because the truth is that I just don't think it works like that. And even in my life, I used to go through all of this stuff in high school, and every now and then it'll come back a little bit of just being anxious all the time and not being able to sit still, just always changing my clothes because something feels too tight. It's more of a mental thing. Times where depression will come back, or it's just a huge wave of sadness, and it's just managing it and going day by day. And as soon as I realized, okay, this is not something to beat, it's not something to conquer, it's something that I have to understand has to be there, so that I understand that when the good things come around in my life, I'm so much more grateful for them, and it's so much more valuable to me. So thinking like that has really helped me a lot, and it's really helped me manage it. Definitely recommend to try. And then the last thing, obviously, for my page that I'm always going to mention is you gotta find God, find Jesus, you gotta talk to Him. That can go into a huge spiral of debates, and you might be really confused as to why He might say that. It's like, oh, I want more. And you might be kind of like, oh, why is He saying that? Like that. And you might be like, oh, why is He saying that? That's not something that I can just do right now. No, it is. It really is. And whether you're an atheist or Christian that's going through depression, no matter who you are, Jesus is for everybody. And I'm not trying to preach to anyone right now, but it's just that is the best way. And yeah, it's not my opinion, it's a fact. That is the best way to manage your depression, when you manage it with Jesus, when you allow Him to carry that burden with you. And when you have God, when you have faith in God, you have faith and hope and comfort, knowing that when things go wrong in life, not when things don't go the way you want, when things go wrong in life, God is there to comfort you. And there's peace, because you know He's always there for you. If you don't have God in your life, when things don't go the way you want, there's no peace, there's no comfort, and there's no hope, because you've removed God. You've removed Him from allowing Him to help you, if that makes sense. And yeah, that is the best way to deal with it and manage it. If anyone ever needs to talk, my social media is open. Feel free to comment something. If anyone ever needs to talk, my social media is open. But yeah, that is the best way to manage and deal with depression and anxiety. And anxiety, it's a whole different thing that I might make a video on later on, but it's social anxiety and it just goes into so much more depth. But depression and anxiety, they always exist with one another and they always bounce off each other. And the one tip, I guess, for anxiety is just the same as depression, that when you're anxious, just have that courage. Try and have that courage to take on the opportunity of what is making you anxious. If it's just talking to someone in public, if it's eating in public, it's whatever, something small, something big. Just understand that your body's telling you, okay, this is important to do. Let's do it. So thank you for watching this video. I don't know how long this is going to be, but if it comes on your page, I hope that you're doing well. It is also 1st of June. It is oh no, sorry, it's 2nd of June, and it's men's mental health awareness month. And if you're a man watching this, stay with us. You're good. If you're anyone in general going through mental health, stay with us. You're good. Thanks.